Hi everyone, today I have a video going over the changes I've made to my PLL since the series that I made last year. This video will be split up into 20 parts, one for each video of the series. There are around 30 Algs in total, so this will be a longer video than usual. I also won't cover recognition in this video to save time, so to learn more about that, you should rewatch the relevant video in the PLL series. With that, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the video. Part 1 of this series was just about the two 7 movers, and I didn't change anything there. There are other algs you can use. The ones I have in the video go like this, which mainly involve going from just doing the alg from the front, but you can also get the same case by doing the similar alg from the back, and it goes like this. And same for the mirror. But that's pretty much the only variation I think you should have on these 7 movers. There's really no reason to go beyond 7 moves and beyond 2 gen. For part 2, the only case that I changed my alg for is the last case. This is the almost J-perm, like the modified J-perm, and this is the left-hand version. My recognition for this case is also a bit different. So for this new recognition, new alg, what you do is basically you solve two 1x2s and you look at this block, which is further away from these two blocks. It's kind of sandwiched in between the solve pieces. And if this color has to go here, which is a clockwise cycle, then you want to move to a U2. You want to do a U2 prime so that it's on the top left. And if it's the other case where you go to the bottom instead, which is counterclockwise, you would put the block here. And in both cases, the alg is this. Part 3 of the series was about CPLL 3 cycles and 2+2 swaps, and the only two cases that I changed my algs for are these A-perms. So for this front A-perm, I use this alg now. And for this back A-perm, I use. Part 4 of this series was about basic EPLLs, which include 3 cycles and 2+2 swaps. I didn't change anything for this video. Some algs, like the last one where you swap these two and these two edges, aren't very good, but I wasn't really able to find a replacement, so that video is just unchanged. Part 5 covered 5 cycle CPLLs, and I changed 3 algs in this video. The first one I'm going to show is this case, which is headlights and this 1x2 pseudo block. This is just a 7 mover into a T-perm. Goes like this. But the new alg that I use is a bit different. It's 2 gen. It's not really very intuitive, but I think it's a bit faster, and it goes like this. These two cases are the full headlights cases because they have all headlights on each face and have two edges 2 apart instead of 1 apart. And the way you tell the difference between these two cases is that for this case, the edge on front goes to the back right, and the edge here goes to the back left. So for the edge going to the back right, you would do. And for the edge going to the back left, you would do. Part 6 covered PLLs that looked like 3x3 cases, so stuff like almost T-perms, almost J-perms, almost R-perms, and these two cases are the almost T-perms. The way you tell the difference between these two is that here you have the corner edge pair on the left, and here you have the corner edge pair on the right. So cream, cream, pink, pink. And for this case, the alg I use is. It has a similar execution to one of the 5 cycle CPLLs. It just ends a bit quicker, or a bit earlier. And same thing for this case. The angle you hold this in is with the edge in the corner edge pair in the back right, and you do This last case for part 6 is one of the almost J cases with the extra corner on the right. Here you have a clockwise edge cycle. Here's the other right extra corner case with a counterclockwise edge cycle to tell the difference. This alg is the same as in the previous video, but I changed this one. And the alg I use for this is Part 7 covered some PLL cases with big blocks, and the only case that I changed my alg for is this case with the big block here and the 1x2 not attached to it on its left. Here's the mirror case for reference, where you have this 1x2 pointing to the right. It's pretty hard to describe these, but if you go back to the video and just tinker with some of the listed algs, it'll be pretty clear which one I'm talking about. But sorry about the fuzzy descriptions. But anyways, moving on to the alg. The alg I use for this is Part 8 of this series covered PLLs with a 1x3 block and a 1x2 block. And for these two specific cases, you have the 1x2 block away from this solved edge when you align the 1x3 block correctly. And this is a left case and this is a right case. So the alg for this right case is and the alg for this left case is my finger tricks aren't really on point with this specific mag because this one's kind of slow. Sorry about that. This next case has the 1x2 right next to the solved edge, and this one's sort of here. There's not really a left and right. It's more like a top and bottom. And for this specific case, I kind of consider it the bottom case because you have the 1x3 solved right in front of you, and this edge on top. The other case has reversed, and the alg for this specific PLL is Parts 9 and 10 of this series covered some PLLs with two 1x2 blocks. It's a bit of a step down from part 8 because it kind of goes from 1x3 and 1x2 to 1x2 and 1x2. I didn't change anything for these two videos because most of the algs in parts 9 and 10 are 2-gen algs, or like combination of 7 movers or like suits and stuff. But overall, it's just, they're not really intuitive algs, but once you get the hang of them, they're pretty easy to execute, and I didn't really see too much of a reason to change them. Part 11 finished up PLL cases with separated 1x2s, and the only case that I changed in that video is this case, where you have headlights, or 2 pairs of headlights, and here are the two 1x2s in bunny edge orientation. This is the right case. The left case is the same idea, but with the 1x2 blocks on the middle edge and left instead of middle edge and right. So the alg for this case is Part 12 of this series moved on to unseparated 1x2s, and the only case that I changed in this video is the last one, where if you align this 1x2 and this edge so that they're solved, then you have this extra 1x2 on the outside instead of between them. This is the right case, as the blocks are middle and right instead of middle and left. The left case is the same thing, but the blocks are just here instead of here. And the alg for this is Part 13 covered more PLLs with unseparated 1x2s, and I changed 2 cases in this video. The first one is mushroom, and it has the two 1x2s outside of the mushroom edges. This is the right case because the blocks are middle right instead of middle left. And the alg I use now for this is This last case is the second to last PLL in part 13. Here you have horse face edges, and you have middle left 1x2s with one sandwich in between the solved 1x2 and the edge. And the out for this is part 14 covered PLLs with one 1x2 and headlights. This case has horse face EP and has the block on the bottom. One of these cases has counterclockwise edge orientation, and the other one has clockwise edge orientation. Here, since blue goes to the bottom, this one's the clockwise case, and the out for this is part 15 continued with PLLs that have a 1x2 and headlights, but I didn't change any of my Algs in this video. There isn't really a specific reason why, I just happened to not change any of them. Part 16 of the series covered cases that have one 1x2 and no headlights. For this first case, you have mushroom EP and you have the 1x2 as a part of the mushroom. And here you have a counterclockwise edge orientation, because the green has to go here and pink has to go here, then orange has to go here. And for this case, the alg is this is the inverse of the previous case. Instead of counterclockwise EP, you have clockwise EP, because the pink has to go here, and then green has to go here, and cream has to go here. I forgot to mention that for these two cases, the 1x2 block is on the left, because there are two other cases on the video where the 1x2 is part of the mushroom but is on the right side instead. And the out for this is part 17 covered PLLs that didn't fit into any of the previous categories but still had blocks nonetheless. This is sort of a miscellaneous video, as the three parts after part 17 had dealt with cases that didn't have any blocks to use for recognition. And for this first case, you have three 1x2s, and the next case will also have three 1x2s. And the way you tell the difference between these two is that here you have two right blocks, and the other one has two left blocks. And the out for this is here is the mirror of the previous case. As I mentioned, you have the two left blocks, and you hold it so that this block here is on the right, and the out for this is part 18 of the series finished up CPLL- and EPLL, and the only alg I changed in this video was the 7th one. The recognition for the parts 18 to 20 are a bit difficult, so I won't really go into that here. Just know that's the 7th alg in the actual part 18 video, and the alg for this is part 19 of this series covered PLLs that have no blocks but have at least one set of headlights. In this video, there are 3 PLLs that have 2 sets of good headlights, and I changed my alg for all 3 of them. For this first one, the way you recognize it is if you look at this corner, you'll see that it doesn't have any matching colors to its adjacent edges, so there's no blue, no green here. And the alg for this is just two T-perms with a U2 prime in the middle, and it goes like this. For this PLL, you use the same recognition method used in the previous case. Here you'll find that instead of this corner having no matching colors with these adjacent edges, you have a matching color with the right edge. And the out for this is for this case, again, you use the same recognition as before, and here you'll see that this corner has a matching color with the left edge, and the out for this is This case is one of the PLLs that has one set of good headlights and one set of bad headlights, and for this specific case, the set of good headlights is on the top instead of the front, I guess, or the back, whatever. But the alg for this is Part 20 was a miscellaneous video for the bad Megaminx PLLs, and for this case you have a set of 3 and 2 sets of 2, with the sets of 2 pointing to the right. For a more in-depth explanation, you should go watch the actual Part 20, because I'm not really going to explain it twice to save time. And the alg for this is This is the mirror of the previous case. Here you have the set of 3 and then the 2 sets of 2 pointing to the left instead of the right. And the alg for this is